Hello, all heroes, and welcome back to Invincible Guarding the Globe, and today we have got a faction alert event for From World Beyond Heroes. And before you get excited about the Lucans, this is not an actual summon event, this is a GDA alert-focused event in the form of the Global Countermeasures GDA Op. So let's take a look at what we have here. Access the GDA Alert Global Countermeasures to collect from Worlds Beyond Heroes. Make sure to fulfill all the missions to obtain more rewards. Passing Wave 10 will grant you a 50% chance of obtaining an elite hero. Unless you're me, in which case you only get 3 out of like 12. So I got a 25% chance, but I suppose that is the nature of coin tosses, ain't it? So, what do we have here? We have here a GDA op that does require access cards. You can get the access cards from these missions. Recruiting heroes from the From Worlds Beyond faction will get you some points and some access cards. You can get that from anything. There's even a GDA op faction alert going on right now that you can, or I suppose faction alert's not the right term. Whatever this one is, the catastrophic risk GDA alert. This actually does give From World Beyond Heroes, so it lines up very, very nicely. In addition to that, you've of course got actually completing the Global Countermeasures event and logging in through several days, so you can get some free-to-play tickets. Now, this particular event is very short. It is a 2-minute long GDA op, and basically what you gotta do is you gotta throw your biggest, baddest teams in there to take down as many waves of the From Worlds Beyond faction teams on the other side as possible. And as long as you get past wave 10, you have a chance to get an elite hero. But even if you don't, you will still be getting rare characters from the From Worlds Beyond faction. Now, as far as elites go, it is the full From World Beyond roster, including characters like Thula, Lucan, Anissa, and Conquest. All of those characters are available for a limited time through this event. So that's something to keep in mind there. Additionally, you also get these GDA event chips. Now, what do you use these chips for? Well, there is a specific shop for this event. If we go to the events here, and we go to event deals, you can see that we do have some characters available for these points. We have Battle Beast, Anissa, Alan, Universa, Flaxen Leader, and Damien Darkblood, all available, with the elites being 1,000 points a pop and the rares being 200 points a pop. So, I probably shouldn't have to tell you that the rares are not what you want to spend your points on, because they're the rares. But let's talk the elites. Let's talk elites, because there is a noteworthy amount of conversation to be had here. All of these characters are great. Quite frankly, the entire faction is great. I can't think of a single stinker in the faction except for maybe Lucan. Although I'd better get over that real quick, considering my situation. Yes, I have got one Lucan from the event, for those of you who were wondering. But here's the situation. Universe is great. Battle Beast is great. Alan is great. But they're all available in the standard recruitment. And what do I mean by that? They're all available in the shop, like, okay, literally. There's Alan right there. The man himself is literally right there. But my point is, Universa, Battle Beast, Alan, the gang's all here. You know who is not here? The one and only Anissa. Not only is Anissa a rare event character, she is a really freaking good rare event character. Unless you already have your Anissa cranked up and ready to rock, I really do not see a scenario where anybody trying to be efficient with this event would not get Anissa. I mean, Anissa is a very rare character, and she's a very good character. Sure, her passive, you may think it's a downside because it only affects humans, until you remember that almost all of the best characters in the game are human. Seismic, Invincible, Adam Eve, Immortal. They're all humans, and Anissa turns them all to meat. Yeah, I mean, it's not even close. Now, for argument's sake, Universa is arguably the best character in the game. Her skills are incredible. She is top tier in PvP. In GTA Ops, she is just about essential to maximize the events. Like even like in this event, I'm whipping out my Universa to consistently hit wave 15 at least. So, I mean, yeah, Universe is fantastic. Alan is arguably the best defender in the game, and Battle Beast is really good. Plus, he has a case file. But again, it's very hard for me to justify spending the resources on those characters when for the same amount of points you can get the infinitely more rare and arguably more important, at least in some cases, Anissa. Because man, her passive just deletes humans. It's a little ridiculous actually, to the point that I almost wonder if an adjustment needs to be made. Like she's that good. I almost wonder if she needs a little bit of a balance to keep her from just deleting every single human in the game. Because with a passive like that, there's no getting around that. Like, if you are a human, Inissa counters you. Period. It's almost too good. Because, like literally, unless power creep hits this game like a truck, and someday it very well might. But I do not see a foreseeable future where Anissa is out of style against any humans, like Lizardly characters. King Lizard, he's human. Anissa deletes his butt. it's, I mean, it's not even close. What Anissa can do is just so crucial for the current meta, and more importantly, to counter the current meta, that it is really hard to get past. Now, like I said, Universa is one I could definitely see people arguing for, because at the end of the day, Universa is arguably the best character in the game. I would even go as far as to say she's the best character in the game because of what she can do. She destroys everybody. But it doesn't change the fact that she is in the normal recruitment. Like, she's here. I'm sorry, but that does decrease the value of the option. It doesn't decrease the value of the hero. It just decreases the value of the purchase, especially considering that these points do not come cheap. Every single GTA op will get you around 100 to 120. And then there are some quests that will give it too. I believe the recruiting heroes actually does give you points as well. But at the end of the day, and this is the pick. She just is. Now, another question. Should you spend gems on this event? That is a very good question, because your luck for this event can swing wildly. And I mean wildly. Myself, I've got a Russ, an Alan, and a Lucan. Out of 12, I've got 3 elites, which is unfortunately not ideal in terms of statistics. I've seen people who've gotten multiple conquests, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Like somebody who if you somebody who spent like I think about 3,000 gems or so on my stream got like half a dozen conquests. Like, man, like literally this can make or break your let me rephrase that. It can't break your account. It sure could make it. But at the end of the day, if you're talking reliable options, I would recommend to save your gems. Now, you won't catch me judging you one bit if you do spend your gems. You want to roll that dice? Go for it. Because at the end of the day, you do at least have the guaranteed Anissa option. And there's a lot of copies available that could really do some good stuff for you. Especially if you have like Legendary Plus or Seismic Plus or even Epic Plus. If you need stars, you would not catch me blaming you one bit if you did get into this event just for the Anissa copies. And if you get some good stuff along the way, then cool. But me personally, I'm going to be limiting my gems. Now, yes, Lucan is technically available. I know. But I'm not going to commit my gems to that much RNG for one character. Frankly, it's a miracle I got a Lucan at all. Which I suppose for those of you who are curious, I do have a second Lucan in the works here. We're going to try and kind of keep them all uniform and go from there. But yeah, like I said, very good event. A great event. You can get some crazy stuff. But if the luck of the dice decides to betray you, you might find yourself in a regrettable position. So me personally, I'm keeping my investment very low on this bad boy. Because quite frankly, between the last equipment events and then the King Lizard event, I've been a little short on gems anyway. So I'm kind of taking this opportunity to save. And that's maybe not a bad idea for others to follow as well. That's just me. We're going to leave it at that, though. Hey, like I said, great event. And worst case scenario, you at least have the Anissas in the shop, which ain't half bad. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Have you gotten some crazy conquests? Let me know, and we shall see you next time. Have a good one.